Alexandra Eala's entire record against top 10 players after beating Jasmine Paolini. Alexandra Eala now has a successful record against top 10 players after beating Jasmine Paolini in Dubai. Eala was full of praise for Paolini after winning their match 6-1, 7-6, 7-5, to reach the last 16 of the Dubai Tennis Championships. The result has helped WTA rising star Eala to claim a positive head-to-head record over top 10 players, which previously stood at 2-2. It now stands at 3-2 in her favor following her success over Paolini at the Dubai Tennis Championships, and comprises a star-studded list of players. Alexandra Eala's winning record versus top 10 players. Eala, who is currently ranked 47th in the world, first came up against a top 10 player at the 2025 Miami Open. She was ranked 140th back then and had received a wild card, and after beating Katie Volinets, defeated Yelena Ostapenko for her first top 30 win. Back-to-back top 10 victories then arrived, with the Filipina sensation knocking out both Madison Keys and Iga Swiatek. Her dream run at the Miami Open was then ended in the semifinals, with home favorite Jessica Pegula avoiding a top 10 upset of her own. Shortly after at the Madrid Open, Swiatek decided to exact revenge on Eala, winning their round of 64 encounter. But the youngster is now back to winning ways against top 10 players after a superb victory over Paolini in Dubai. Alexandra Eala has become the player to avoid on the WTA Tour. Simply adding to Eala's fantastic record against top 10 players is the very impressive pattern of results. All three of her wins have come in straight sets, while both of her losses went to 3 sets. The 20-year-old is far from the complete package, with Eala really needing to improve her serve, but it's clear she has the ability to cause upsets. That is a real warning to the rest of the players on the WTA Tour, who will also be well aware of just how much support she receives wherever she goes. Just as she did in Miami last year, Eala received a Dubai wildcard, and given her support and success so far, many more wildcards look certain. But a significant rise in the rankings also looks like a real possibility sooner rather than later, along with a maiden career title. Trophy rise of a giant killer, Alexandra Eala and the top 10 challenge. In the world of professional tennis, aspiring toward the sport's elite often defines a player's legacy. The top 10 in the WTA rankings represents the highest level of consistent excellence, athletes who have proven their mettle across surfaces, seasons, and surfaces. Breaking through that barrier, as a young player from a non-traditional tennis powerhouse like the Philippines, requires not only talent but belief, preparation, and fearlessness. For Alexandra Eala, her story against top 10 opponents is not simply about wins and losses, it's about rising to the moment, challenging the norms of expectation, and carving her name into the record books in ways that echo beyond the scoreboard. After her stunning victory over Jasmine Paolini, then ranked number 8 in the world, at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships in February 2026, Eala's record against top 10 players stood strong at 3-2. That overall mark is remarkable not only for its positive balance, but for what it reveals about her character and game. Let's walk through these defining matches, and what each represents. Tennis 1. Entering the elite, Eala vs. Madison Keys, WTA number 5. Miami Open 2025. The first chapter in Eala's top 10 journey came at one of the sport's most electrifying events, the Miami Open, a WTA 1000 Tour tournament that rivals the majors in intensity. Drawn into the third round, Alexandra Eala confronted Madison Keys, a former top 10 veteran and Grand Slam contender ranked number 5 at the time. Keys was known for her power baseline game, heavy ground strokes, and big match temperament. Few gave Eala, a wild card ranked outside the top 100, a chance. Yet, on that day in Miami, the story unfolded differently. With precision from the baseline, confidence in her serve, and a calm mindset unburdened by expectation, Eala dismantled Keys 6-4, 6-2 in straight sets. It was her first victory over a top 10 player, and it made history. Not only was it the first top 10 win by a Filipino player in the Open era, it immediately marked Eala as a future star to watch. While the scoreline may look straightforward, it masked the underlying emotional weight of the moment, a young player staring down not just a higher-ranked opponent, but years of tradition and representation. In the winning moment, Eala was not just advancing in a tournament, she was redefining possibility. Direct hit 2. The big break, Eala vs Iga Swiatek, WTA No. 2, Miami Open 2025. If the victory over Keys announced Eala's arrival on the big stage, her next match confirmed it wasn't a fluke. Facing Iga Swiatek, the then No. 2 in the world and a multiple Grand Slam champion, Eala was a massive underdog on paper. Swiatek had dominated women's tennis with her depth, athleticism, and tactical awareness. Yet in that quarterfinal clash on Miami's bright courts, Eala produced one of the most stunning performances of her young career. She sliced through the layers of top-tier pressure, struck clean from the baseline, and handled big points with poise beyond her years. The result was a 6-2, 7-5 upset, and it wasn't just a win. It was a statement that Eala belonged in the conversation with the very best. This match remains one of the most remarkable in her career because it was not just an upset, it was a demonstration of adaptability and fearlessness. Eala wasn't content to scrape by, she dictated points, made bold shot decisions, and showed that high-pressure rallies didn't intimidate her. That day, she didn't just beat a No. 2 player, she beat the idea of limitation. High voltage 3. A step back, Eala vs Jessica Pegula, WTA No. 4, Miami Open Semifinal 2025. Every young player must test themselves against experienced opposition, and sometimes the best lessons come from defeats. In the semifinal of the 2025 Miami Open, Eala faced Jessica Pegula, ranked No. 4. A seasoned top 5 competitor with all-court awareness, Pegula handed Eala her first loss against a top 10 player, battling to a 7-6, 3, 5-7, 6-3 victory. Losses are rarely celebrated, but this one was different. For many rising athletes, an early defeat against a top competitor can instill doubt. For Eala, it offered clarity. She experienced firsthand the intensity required to sustain high-level tennis across 3 sets, the physical endurance, the mental adjustment after lost momentum, and the strategic insight needed to tip tight sets in her favor. Sometimes strength comes from resilience, and this match fortified that resilience. Counterclockwise arrows button 4. Learning curve, Eala vs Iga Swiatek, Madrid Open 2025. Later in 2025, Eala met Swiatek again, this time at the Mutua Madrid Open. The conditions were different, the stakes familiar. Swiatek, learning from their Miami loss, adjusted her tactics. Eala, energized by her breakthrough year, fought well. The match unfolded as a tight 3-set battle with plenty of momentum swings. Ultimately, Eala fell 4-6, 6-4, 6-2, but the match was emblematic of her progression. Her confidence was not diminished by defeat, her game was evolving. Even in loss, she held her own, earned games, and pushed one of the sport's best deeper than many expected. This contest was a reminder, even as Eala rises, the path to mastery includes challenges that demand refinement, adaptation, and growth.